Hello guys and welcome back to Travels on Toast. This is our first ever Q&A.
Yeah, we're really excited to do this. We've never done anything like this before, and the idea actually came from Greg and Dawn, our first ever Patreons, so shout out to you guys.
Yes, Greg and Dawn. They're actually going to the trip to Mexico.
Yeah, they're starting their trip on Christmas Day, and they've just started a YouTube channel as well, and they're going to be documenting their new life, traveling full-time on there, so you should go and check that out. We'll put it in the description below. But yeah, I think we're going to start with their question, right?
Yep, let's do it. Right, so first question of the Q&A is from Greg and Dawn, and the question is...
How we met.
How we met. We actually got the same question from a few of you guys. So simply, how we met. We met actually at my friend's bar. Basically, he was a manager there.
I was working at the bar.
Yeah, and I was just kind of looking for a temporary job, and then my friend hooked me up with the job. And then and I was like, who's this waiter? What was her name? And I saw her, and that's how we met.
I remember our first conversations being about the fact that we both wanted to travel.
Yeah.
So that's how all of this began, really.
And we were like, oh, you like traveling? Well, me too. And now we're here. So just before we continue with the rest of the questions, we're gonna treat ourselves with some beverages. Some local beer lao, because it's actually pretty hot in here. It's around 30 degrees right now.
It's really hot.
Yeah. Chin chin. We should have said some chocolates Laos, right?
Yeah.
Right, so let's move on to the next question.
Okay, do you want to say the name?
It's Viagens daqui para ali, if that's the right way to say it.
And he asked, where did you live before going on this trip?
So we lived in England, Leeds. It's quite a big city actually. We really love it there. I lived there for like 9 years.
I'm from England, so that's why I lived there. Next question. How long have we been together? We met in...
it's been like over 3 years now.
Yeah, I think we met in 2017.
Yeah. So three and a half years, I'd say, something like that. And
he also asked, did you have regular jobs that we quit before traveling?
Yeah, well, myself, I'm a fundraiser basically. I raise funds for charities, and my job is pretty flexible really. I can come back to my job anytime I want. I can work in any country in the world really.
I was working in a bar, so it wasn't that big a deal to quit a job like that.
Yeah, I mean, bar, traveling.
Yeah, what's better, right? The next question is from Conrad Spack, and he asks, how do we afford to travel?
Ooh, we actually got asked this question quite a lot. How do we afford to travel? So first of all, before we traveled, we obviously prepared ourselves. We saved quite a bit of money. It was obviously taking a bit of time to prepare, to save the money and come here. And yeah, we've been pretty much traveling on budget, because this is what our channel is based, traveling on budget, you know.
So what we did was we decided what our daily budget would be while we were traveling, and then we saved up the amount of money we would need for the amount of time we were traveling.
Exactly.
Yeah. The next question is from Reagan Bryant, and he asked, Mario, where did you learn to ride a scooter, and was it difficult?
Right, so automatic scooter I actually learned to ride a long time ago when I was a teenager. But funny story about how I learned to ride a manual bike. That was absolutely terrifying. It was one of the worst moments in my life actually. Do you want to tell them the story?
Yeah, okay, go on. So it was December last year, and we were in Ho Chi Minh. We just arrived from Indonesia, and we were going to buy a bike so we could drive all around Vietnam and Laos, and we bought a manual bike in Ho Chi Minh during rush hour, and you had never driven before.
Yeah.
And we were on our way home. Mario just learned how to drive it, and we were getting hit by cars, like bumps in the back, and it would just stall. It was honestly the funniest but also scariest thing.
It was horrible.
Ever.
Like, I remember when we parked up the bike, I didn't want to drive the bike for like a week. I was just scared, because Ho Chi Minh is like so huge. It's like a mega city, you know, and it was like one of the most terrifying moments. But guess what? I've learned it. I've learned it myself, and now I can drive a manual bike.
Reagan Bryan also asked, for me, do I miss the UK? For that one, I would have to say no. I miss my family and friends, of course, but not really the UK as a country. I don't miss the weather. Maybe I miss the variety of foods, but not really enough to make me want to go back there.
Yeah, probably for like few weeks just to meet your friends, family, and have some food.
Yeah, or for work. I would
Yeah.
go back if I had to work.
It's just really cold in England. It
Super
rains a lot, isn't it?
Like here right now, it's so sunny every day.
It is December.
It's December as well, yeah. God damn. I'm being attacked by ants right now.
Wow, they're everywhere.
Okay.
Anyway.
WS asked, where was your first trip together?
So the first ever trip was like a holiday. So we
Yeah.
went to Spain.
Yeah, we went to visit your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it France?
No, it was Spain.
It was Spain, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was our first like holiday. Although our actual trips, backpacking trips, they're literally all on YouTube. So you can go there, find our old videos, our old playlists. You can watch
Yeah,
them.
you can watch our first ever cringy music video of the Pyrenees when
That
we went
was so
wild
much
camping.
cringe. So much
Bit
cringe.
cringy, but it was our first video, guys. Give us a break. The next question is from Zohan Mekdara, and he says, how did we know about Laos before deciding to come here? How did we
Right.
know?
So I've been in Laos in 2016, but I've only been to the Bokeo side. I didn't really got to explore a lot of Laos. We only came to just kind of extend our visas to go back to Thailand. Thing is, I thought Laos was just like one road across the jungle. That's literally what I thought of Laos. So we came here for like 3 weeks, and yeah, it's been how long? 10 months now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 10 months and we still haven't explored like half of the country. There's so many things to do. We found Laos simply just on maps.
Yeah.
It was just on maps. We're like, let's go and check it out.
We've been to Vietnam, Thailand, Laos is in the middle,
Yeah.
wondering what it was there.
Kind of wish we came here earlier. It's
Yeah.
actually really nice.
Okay, the next question is from Jujubi, and they asked, what made us want to visit Laos? Why did
We have heard really good things about Laos when it comes to nature and laid back lifestyle, and it's something that
Yeah.
we really like. We don't like to be rushing in some mega cities. We kind of avoid touristy places. Laos is not as touristy as most of Southeast Asian countries, and that was one of the things that we really want to come here to, just literally escape from everybody and just kind of dive ourselves into the nature.
Yeah.
So that's pretty the main reason we came here, was the nature.
what he said?
Captain 250FX is asking how long we've been in Laos and how long are we planning to stay here.
We've been in Laos since February 5th, 2020.
Oh, you know the date as well?
Yeah, I
Wow.
don't know why I remember that.
How
So
long are we
that's
planning
like-
to stay here though? That is a
That's
tricky
a good
question.
question.
Very, very good question. It's a question that we keep asking ourselves pretty much every single day.
Yeah.
How long we gonna stay here?
I think that's something we're not deciding yet, because everywhere else in the world is just so unknown right now as to
Yeah.
where you can go and what you can do. So
We
we're
ring
kinda
our
just
friends,
waiting.
like our friend says that, guys, if you can, please don't come back home because it's a
Yeah.
mess right now. It's not a nice place to be. So we're not sure.
Yeah.
We'll see how long we're gonna be here.
Lucky Migrant asked, how did we get the visa? Because we've been in Laos so long. So when the lockdown started in March, they started extending the visas. Like, you could start extending your tourist visa as much as you want every month without overstay fees. So it just costs $60
Yeah.
a month every month.
So even if
Indefinitely.
you're late to pay the visa like a week or two,
Even a month.
it's fine.
Yeah.
There is no overstay. So we are right now here living on a tourist visa. Sudara also asked why we stayed in Laos when the COVID hit. So we pretty much answered the question with the previous question. We stayed here because of several reasons. So first reason was the tickets to come back were extremely expensive. It was like
Yeah.
around nearly $3,000 per person.
Well,
like,
in the beginning there was no tickets to go back.
Yeah.
It took a couple months before there was, and
that was just too much.
Too much money.
Another reason, like we just mentioned, it was literally because the situation in Europe, it was just terrifying, and people just even asked us to just not come back because it's really bad. So
Yeah.
probably that would be the reasons why. Okay, so next questions are from Ingrid Beacon.
so we mentioned working, what work and what visa. So in January I'm going to be starting an English teaching job here in Laos, and it will be on a work visa because that's what you need to work. Yeah, and Mario will probably be working on the YouTube
Yeah.
side of things.
And I'm gonna try to improve the YouTube, gonna try to make many more episodes for you guys to watch. So our YouTube is just gonna hopefully grow more and more and more because we really wanna grow, and obviously we have goals just like everyone else. To be honest, we haven't even mentioned you. Our next goal is 10,000 subscribers. Is something that we've been working for quite a while.
So subscribe. Ingrid Beacon also asked, why are we living in Vientiane instead of Luang Prabang? Is it cheaper? What's the reason?
Yeah, so we actually were in Nong Kiev, just like north of Luang Prabang, when I received basically a job offer. It was like a job, and I've got this job. It was basically like voice artist job, sounds really, really fancy, and I had to come for an interview. So we have literally cut all our plans and go to Vientiane. I've got the job, but it's like freelance job. I'm still waiting from them, and that's how we came here. And another reason was because Olivia's job. So Olivia's gonna start teaching soon, and most of the jobs are here in Vientiane. We like obviously to be in many other places, but at the moment we're gonna be in Vientiane. Not forever, we are still gonna travel a bit. September Susu is asking, do we make money on YouTube yet? Yes, we do! Not a lot though. We actually got monetized about a year ago. Once you get monetized, you don't instantly start making a lot of money. You don't. The only way we can make money at the moment is through advertising. I know a lot of viewers don't really like see advertising. Obviously, why would you like that, you know? But the thing is, a lot of people don't know that we creators, we don't get paid from anywhere else but YouTube advertising. And right now, we are living on a really tight budget. That YouTube advertising, it really helps us a little bit. It helps us to pay a little bit of the rent and stuff like that. So we don't get paid a lot, but we do get paid a little bit.
September Susu asked, how much do we pay for rent, water, electricity? We
don't pay a lot. So
there you go.
You probably seen our apartment in our previous videos. It's not a fancy apartment, but it has everything you need. It's clean. It's kind of, you know, newish. We pay 160 British pounds with bills included a month. So that's around $200, just over $200 with bills included, which is pretty good.
Really cheap for Laos.
Mitlit is asking us, how do we find out about events here in Vientiane? Simple. We use Facebook. Facebook events, that's literally how we find most of events. Sometimes we hear from people, but most of them is from Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook is really good for events. The next question is from Pon Ming, and they asked, what city are we going to next?
Well, this is undecided. We wasn't even thinking of going to a city. We were thinking of finishing certain missions that we started before and we haven't finished. We started a Takyak Loop mini series where we done 2 parts of them, and then our bike broke down and the lockdown started, you know, the COVID started, and we didn't finish the series. So it's something that we have in mind that we want to finish off, do the Takyak Loop, and we'll be in the Takyak area. So that's probably our next goal we are planning to go.
But we probably won't be moving anywhere anytime soon because we'll have jobs and stuff.
Yeah, so we're probably just gonna have a little week-long escapade or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is from Mike Sihavong.
Will we be visiting South Laos?
Yeah, so we have actually been visiting South Laos already. We've done Pakse, we've done Don Det. We spent there for nearly 2 months. You see, back in the day, our videos were a little bit different. So we didn't really make a lot of videos. You probably haven't seen them. We used to make like sort of like travel guide videos, not as many daily vlogs as we do right now. We are definitely thinking of going down south again and making a lot of videos about south of Laos.
Now when we look back, we realize there's so much more we could have filmed that we didn't film, and it was super annoying.
So yeah, a lot of cool stuff is coming up about down south as well.
You can watch our previous South Laos videos if you just look back through our playlists.
Yeah.
They'll be there. He also asked, how would you rate the overall safety in Laos?
Ooh, we actually made a video with a thumbnail a few months ago, and the thumbnail was Laos safest country in 2020 with a question mark. We actually feel really safe in here.
Yeah.
We've never been like attacked by anyone. We've never been like robbed.
Never been scammed.
No, you know, and in general, like walking at night feels fine.
I mean, take the same precautions you would anywhere else.
Of course.
I think I read somewhere that Laos has a low crime rate similar to Singapore and Japan, so it's pretty good here. It's not too bad.
Yeah, a lot of people probably would, like my dad would watch like, you know, 70s movies and think that it's very dodgy or whatever.
Yeah.
Laos is actually very safe to travel.
Koseng Kok asked, how are we doing in communicating with Laotians?
That's a funny one.
Not very well. I mean, we don't speak Lao, but a lot of a lot of them tend to understand English, so
We
it's not
can
too
communicate. We mainly communicate through body language.
Yeah.
Couple of words that we know in Laos, like numbers, and obviously a little bit of English. So all together mixed up, we have like our own
Yeah.
little language, and we do manage to communicate if we have like a broken bike or if we need to buy something in the market. We manage to communicate
bad.
somehow.
We figure it out, but we do need to learn more Lao. Like,
We will.
big time.
So the next question is from Nuek Studio and is asking, what do we like most about Laos? Well, personally, what I like the most about Laos is obviously the nature. There's so much nature in here. It's so rich. I mean, it is getting cut down every single day. We've seen that. There's a lot of like industrial work going on, which is sad, but there's still a lot of nature in here. There's plenty. This is my favorite thing. What about yours?
I like the Popanyang lifestyle.
The laid back.
Yeah, Popanyang means no worries. Everybody's really laid back here. Everything can be done tomorrow. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I really like that. Mabuhay World asked, where do we want to go next when the borders are open?
Oh, we would like to go to so many places. But actually, the one place we have in mind that we haven't visited yet is Myanmar.
Yeah.
We really want to go there. We actually planned to go there, but because of the lockdown, it never happened. So hopefully, next country when it opens up will be Myanmar.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, Chest Bra asked, what are we doing Christmas Day?
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Now, there's not a lot of Christmas vibes here in Laos. You don't really feel it. I personally don't really celebrate a lot of Christmas. You see, I am not Christian. None of us are Christians in here. But the thing is, we've been taught that it's Christmas time since we were kids. So we sometimes do have a dinner, spend time with our friends.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna do this time. We're gonna have some friends around, have some barbecue, some food. Simple
But
as that.
the past 2 Christmases we haven't been home. We've been traveling, so we haven't really done anything for them. So we kind of gotten used to the idea of not doing anything now. Okay, Philip Hansen asked, can you still fly drones in Laos, or did something happen to ours?
You see, we didn't make any drone footage lately because we've been living in Vientiane, and where we live is literally right next to the airport. Vientiane City is actually right next to the airport itself, so you can't really fly drones around Vientiane City. Our drone is fine. You can actually fly drones in Laos. I think there is certain restrictions. It says on the drone app that you can only fly up to 100 meters to the altitude, but I'm pretty sure you can fly up a bit higher and you'll be just fine. But yeah, you can fly a drone in Laos, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question from Viajens Daki Para Ali. The question is, are we vegetarian or vegan? So basically, here's the story. When I met Olivia, we were both vegetarian. So we started eating fish in Indonesia, which was like last year, and then we started eating chicken and meat here not that long ago actually. So I've been veggie for 4 years, Olivia's been nearly 5 years.
Yeah, the reason was mainly Laos, because when we go into restaurants, the vegetarian meals for some reason are a lot more expensive than the ones with meat. Like, I don't know why that is.
And that's not the main thing. The main thing is that there's no options. Like, in here, you can barely find tofu. They only have like fish tofu, so you have no chance. If you're veggie, you basically what you get is rice, vegetables, and egg. Proteins like I'm talking about like beans and like like seeds.
It's really expensive.
It's really expensive, or barely any, or there's none. So you'd be just eating literally noodles, fried rice, egg.
We cannot tell you how much egg we have eaten while traveling. We are so sick of egg.
Another thing is that vegetarian food, if you do find vegetarian food that's quality, it's extremely expensive. It is so expensive, like it's crazy. You don't even think that this is Southeast Asian prices. You think like you're back in Europe.
It's doable, but compared to Vietnam, Vietnam has like all vegan restaurants. It's so good for vegan food. If you're a vegan, you should definitely go to Vietnam. But in Laos, even the Buddhists eat meat, so you're kind of limited.
We are not brushing it all away. When we're back to Europe, we're definitely gonna go back to vegetarian, vegan, because it's just so easy. Like back in Europe, you got so many options, so many restaurants, you name it. Like you got everything there, So I hope that answers your question.
And the last question is from the same person, and it is best travel advice.
Yeah, well, that's a really good question. Actually, we really like this question. You could answer it in so many ways, what is the best advice? A lot of people like to give advice. A lot of people need advice. We need advice. But the thing is, what we learned is that we've been given advice from someone else. We actually been told to, for example, not go to Dondet, the 4,000 islands, because it was extremely touristy, it was trashy, you know, it was just kind of like shit, basically. It wasn't that good. So we wasn't gonna go there until we met this one guy who was like, dude, you haven't been to 4,000 islands, it's amazing, like told us all these things. So we were like, you know what, should we just do it? Let's go. So we went there, and guess what, we spent there like a month, then we went to extend our visas, then we got back there for another 2 weeks because we just absolutely loved it there.
We spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, it was really nice. So our advice is, don't take someone's advice without checking it for yourself first. Because some people can tell you, don't go there, go there instead. Nah, man, you should totally check it for yourself, because everybody's different and everybody likes different things.
Yeah.
I really hope that is a good travel
advice. Travel advice. And my advice is, don't plan too much. Like when you're planning before you go, you think you have to have everything down to a T. That is not true. Just have a starting point and a general idea of where you're going to go, so you can kind of figure out with visas and stuff. Don't have everything planned. It's not a good idea. It will probably ruin your trip. It might not, but it might a tiny bit ruin it.
Everybody knows, you know, the less planning, the more fun.
Adventure.
Yeah, exactly. So this is pretty much most of the questions we're gonna have in this video. Sorry if it didn't include most of you guys. You can still leave your questions down below and we're definitely gonna answer to you, because we always reply to all of our comments. But there is a couple of questions that we would like to ask you guys as well.
Yes, we want to know, what is your reason for watching us? What do you like most, and what do you want to see more of? Like, we want to know what you guys want.
Exactly.
We want to give you what you want.
And we want to make stuff that you're into, you know? So we were actually having a couple of ideas ourselves. We were thinking of making like mini food series, if you're into that.
And we have one last question. This one is not so serious, but what does FC mean? Like, do you know how many comments we've had where it says FC
hundreds,
from Laos?
hundreds.
And we don't know what it means. Please, somebody tell us what that means. I googled it and I found first comment, fan club, fingers crossed, football club. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it means something else. Please let us know.
FC. That's all we see.
We feel so stupid that we don't know what this means.
Please let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, I think that's everything, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we would appreciate that as well.
And hope you guys enjoyed this video and got to find out a little bit more about us. But yeah, we'll see you soon in our next episode. Travels on Toast. See you next time.
We suck at Q&As, guys.
Oh man, we're so bad. How do you end the Q&A video? How do you end the Q&A video? It's like, bye? Or no? I got a better idea. Should we just cheer it?
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thank you for watching once more time, and we'll see you next time.